going to just lay it over the knees instead of between the knees. Okay? I want you to put a little bit of pressure on that ring and take your hands behind your thighs. Use these hands to bring your chest more forward so your ears, shoulders, and hips are in a straight line. We're going to inhale for nothing, and on the exhale, just scoop the belly, chin to chest, look into your belly button, and the arms are going to hold our spine in place. And then we're going to pull ourselves back up and sit tall. Inhale. Exhale. Deflate all the air out of your center. Lengthen the arms. Melt those shoulders. Keep the ring tight. Inhale. Zip it up. And then exhale. Curl it down. Hands are supporting. Inhale. Lift up. And exhale. Press it down. Take the ring off the thighs and hold it chest height. Heel of the hands are on, fingers are reaching long. Rotate your torso towards me. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Away from me. Inhale. Exhale. If this is not cool for your back, sit up taller. Make sure you're breathing. We're inhaling and we're exhaling. Inhale. To exhale, and one more. Inhale. To exhale. Now we're going to continue coming all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Soften those knees and take that ring once again over the legs. And press the outer thigh against the pads, and arms reach very close to the rib cage. We're going to lift up into a bridge. Everything's lifting at one time. The belly's pulling in. The legs are pressing against the pads. And then we exhale, just lower everything back down. And try that again. Press through the back of the body to lift up, and then inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. We inhale, lift. Squeeze the glutes, open the chest. Exhale down, and we'll do just one more. We inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Grab onto the ring and place it up over your chest. And we're going to take our legs to a tabletop. Knees are over hips and shins are parallel to the floor. The ring is going to go behind you and the right leg is going to press out long. The rib cage stays heavy. Come back in to starting position. Now the left leg is going to reach long while the arms reach back and then come back in that tabletop position. Add breath. Inhale, ribs are heavy. Exhale, scoop deeper. I inhale, I lengthen. Press into the ring gently as you exhale. Inhale, the back of the neck should be nice and relaxed. And the back is staying in one position. I'm not arching and then flattening. It's staying in one heavy spot on your mat. Inhale. To exhale. And one more. Inhale. To exhale. I'm going to curl my chin to my chest. I'm going to reach my ring over my shins. And then I'll take it back down. So if we're not lifting our head, we're going to reach those arms towards our shins. See, I can do the same thing. And I bring it back up, but I peck my head down. I inhale to come up. Exhale to lower. Two more. Now be very careful. If you are lifting your head, you want to nod that chin to your chest first and curl off that way. And we hold it right here. Take that ring between the thighs and place your feet back down on the mat. Make sure it's comfortable where it is. It will be there for a little while. Take the arms straight up over your chest. Melt the shoulders into your mat. Inhale, nothing. Exhale, reach those arms long, and if you choose to, curl that chin to your chest and hold. We inhale, place the head back down. Now, as I exhale, press into your ring and look into your belly button. Inhale, back to our mat. Exhale, come off the mat. If you are lifting your head, we lift the shoulder blades off the mat until the base of the shoulder blade is left, and we come back down. The arms are over the chest, and we come back down. Press into that ring, and then return. Last one. I'm going to hold this here, so it's either head up or head down, but the arms are reaching long. I'm going to start to pump my arms, and my ring is going to stay tight the whole time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale for the nose, exhale, 20. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Breathe in and breathe out. No strain to your neck, or you're gonna take it with you when you leave here. Next level, tabletop those legs. And inhale. Keep that ring tight. We've got 4 more sets. Inhale. Moving your arms from your back muscles, not the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more sets. Inhale. These are vigorous pumps. Exhale. Ring is still tight. Oh my goodness, my inner thighs. And exhale. And release. Grab onto that ring. Lengthen the legs all the way out. Reach the ring all the way behind you. Get some nice lengthening to that spine. The rib cage is allowed to arch off the mat. Just enjoy this stretch here. And then slide those feet back in and bring those arms right back up over the chest. Heel of the hands are on and fingers are reaching long. I'm going to tabletop my right leg and take my ring towards that shin and then retrace back down. And then the left leg, we take it up. If you want, you can add the shin to your chest and eyes to belly. I exhale and I inhale. And I draw that chin to my chest, I reach, and then I turn my tongue. Don't forget to breathe. And down. And up. Let's take 2 legs, and we take it up and down. Now this is too hard. Don't lift the head, or maybe only do 1 leg still. And exhale, I gently press into my ring to the heel of my hands on the exhale. And 2. Give me 1 more, and I'm going to stay upright like this. Take one of the pads, put it behind your head, not your neck. And my neck is going to be supported now, so I can curl up a little deeper. I'm going to take my knees as wide as my shoulders, and I'm going to take my heels and make a V with my feet. I'm going to press those legs out, inner thighs come together, and then I return back home with my knees apart. As I press out, my inner thighs have magnets that come together, and then I come back in. So I'm keeping my heels pressing together the whole entire time. And if there's not enough support given to your neck with that ring, please put your head back down. My rib cage goes heavier as my legs go away from my center. Inhale. 2 exhale. You got 2 more. Back is heavy. Inhale. Tail is long. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Everything goes down. Now keep those legs in that frog position. So I lowered my feet, but my knees are still turned out. I'm going to lift my legs just like that. Nod my chin to my chest. Curl up. And then return back down. I exhale all the air out. I inhale down. So because my neck is supported by my ring behind my head, it's okay if you're a beginner, if you want to try and lift your head on these, because my neck is supported. My head is just resting on that pad. I exhale up. Now let's add on. I'm going to exhale up. Inhale, press those legs out. Exhale back in. Everything goes down. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, press out. Exhale. 2 inhale. How are we doing? We all right? Can you feel anything working in that center? I don't know about you, but my abs are saying, I don't know how many more I can do. And we exhale. That back should be heavy. Inner thigh strong. Last one. Exhale up. Inhale out. Exhale. And release. Remove the ring from behind the head and hug those knees into your chest. Now I'm just going to rock my knees side to side, massaging the kidneys and the spine. Good. And then I'm going to take my left foot down to the mat, my knees bent. I'm going to hold the ring in one hand. I'm going to take my right toes into one of the other pads. So some mornings, don't you feel more tight than others? I think this is one of those mornings you just feel more tight. So this is a yes. So for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can barely get my leg over my hip today. And that's okay. I'm going to inhale Exhale, try to go a ½ inch closer, bringing that leg towards you. Try to keep the back of the leg nice and long. Inhale. Exhale, pull a little closer. Hold this here. Now, if I inhale and exhale again, and I know I can't go any further, don't try to force it, but you have that option to inhale one more time, and then exhale. Now, keep that leg where it is. Take that ring off. Hold it in both hands over the chest. Shoulders are down. Heel of the hands on. Fingers reaching long. Now, that right leg, turn that kneecap away from you, from your hip. Put a bowling ball on your torso. I'm going to circle this right leg towards the left, brush through the inner thigh, and come straight back up. So I'm tracing a backwards capital D. The ring. I inhale, exhale, press gently into the ring to bring the leg up. Inhale, nothing, exhale, press into the ring. And one more, around and come up. Now let's reverse it. I'm only going to go a few inches away from my body. I sweep down and come up my center line. Around to come up. Inhale. To exhale, my pelvis is not moving. My hips are not moving. And last one, I inhale and exhale. Put that pad behind the right toes again. Lengthen out your left leg. Just keep your right hand on the ring and put your left arm out like a T. And then firmly have both shoulders anchoring down to the mat. And let this right leg fall out towards the right side. Now you have to keep this left hip pushing down. So we can't let the pelvis or the hip go with us. Now I see bent legs right now. I want you pressing into that ring, and both legs should be straight. So I shouldn't see that left knee bent anymore. Yeah? And then bring it back up. Put your left hand inside the pad. Reach your right arm out like a T. Now I'm going to keep my head looking straight ahead for right now. I'm going to let this leg drop to the left. I kept my rib cage heavy. This is IT band. If I want to do more through my thoracic spine, I'm going to look away from that leg. I'm going to let my hip come off that mat. So I'm going further, getting more rotation in my back. But I should not see either leg with a bent knee. Bring yourself back up. Put the other foot in. Bend the right knee and put that foot down. And here we are on the other side, stretching first. All right, so you need to breathe. You need to relax the shoulders, relax the neck. I'm going to inhale. On the exhale, bring that leg a little closer. My tail needs to stay heavy. I inhale again. I exhale a little closer. Hello, hamstring. Inhale. It's not going to do you any good to have that knee bend, pull it towards you, right? All right, so keep that leg where it is. And let's just say your hamstrings are super tight and you can't have your knee over the hip in line. You would soften the knee to where the knee is over the hip and the rest of the leg will be in a diagonal. Make sense? Okay, so take that ring off. Place it in both hands, shoulders heavy. Now let me tell you something too. This right leg, it shouldn't be flopping all around. It's going to stay pressing into the center line. It's not moving. It's a beam of steel. My left leg, I've rotated my kneecap away from me, and I'm going to circle towards my center and then zip right back up. I go towards the other leg, but that other leg is not moving. I inhale to lower, press the ring, exhale to come up. Two more, make sure those shoulders are resting on your mat. And one more, the rhythm is around to come up. Now we're going to reverse it, go away from your body, down, press the ring, up. Breathe, inhale. And around to come up. That other hip's got to be pinned down. One more, and circle. And now put those toes in one of the pads and lengthen your right leg out onto your mat. Keep the left hand on, right arm out like a T. Put that bowling ball on that hip and that belly. And let's take the leg away. So we're lowering it out to the left. My leg is straight. I am pushing into that ring. My belly is scooping in and up. and both shoulders are on the mat. Bring that leg back up, switch the hand. Put the other arm out like a T, and then just take this leg over. I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm keeping my rib cage heavy, my hip did not move yet, but I'm crossing over my body. Now I'm gonna peel my back off the mat, I'm gonna look away from that ring leg, I'm gonna push into that pad, my belly's gonna be scooping, and both legs are straight. Bring that back up, let's place 2 feet in that ring, and then separate those knees again, like that frog position. Bend the knees, and they're going as wide as your frame, and both sets of toes are on that pad. Zip those legs straight up. Keep pushing, like that ring is going to keep going up, and then bend the knees back down. I inhale, push up, lengthen those legs, exhale. Now how about the opposition? My legs are going up. What's going down? My belly. And I bring it back in. Last one. I'm going to exhale here, and I'm going to hold this. Now make sure your toes are on, because now I want you to pull my toes towards my shins and then point my toes towards the ceiling. So I'm flexing my heels, pointing my toes while I keep my legs straight. Flex and point. Back of those knees are still pressing long. Straighten those legs. I know you're going to want to bend because you feel this maybe in the calves, maybe behind the knee, the Achilles tendon. Pull, use your hands against that pad and pull those toes closer towards you, stretching those calves. And 2 more. Press it up. And 1 more. And I'm going to take 1 foot out and rock myself up. So I've got 1 leg still in that ring. 1 leg, 1 foot is still in the ring, and I'm sitting up. Good. Now, lengthen that leg up, bend the elbows, pull that leg further up. Now I'm going to straighten my arms as I start to come back towards my mat. Hold it right here. Now keep that other leg reaching long, and I'm going to come down to my mat. And I'm going to come back up. Eyes to belly, and press back up. Okay? Roll it back. Pause. I want you to have control coming back. And then we go 4, 3, 2. Stretch that hamstring. Eyes to belly. Find that lower back and bring yourself back up. How about bend the elbows this time again? Woo! And I start to come back, lengthening, scooping. Now lay back, lay back. Hello, leg. It feels good now. Eyes to belly, inhale. 2, exhale. Bend the other knee. Put it in the pad. Can you hold this balance for a second? Use your ring. Push into that ring. Stay out of your lower back. Yes, you got this. Now the other foot comes out. So now my opposite foot is on the pad. Bend the elbows, pull that leg towards you. Now start to come back, straightening the arms. Don't move the leg yet. Now bring everything down with you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes to belly, inhale. 2, exhale. Bring that leg towards you like you're tipping that teapot. Come back down, slow, all the way down. Keep both legs straight. Eyes to belly, inhale. I'm pushing into that ring. Wait for me to come up. Bend those elbows, pull it towards you 1 last time. I start to come back, pause, lengthen the arms, don't change the leg. Now I come down. Eyes to belly, inhale. Press into that ring, exhale. Now bend the opposite knee. Take that foot off the floor. Put 2 feet in that ring. Hold it here, zip up the spine. Eyes and toes in a straight line, so I'm looking over those toes. Now bend your knees and put your feet to the floor. This is no joke. Yeah, this is no joke. So I still have my feet in one of those pads, okay? So you guys towards the back of the room, watch those 2. They know what they're doing. They're back there with you. Balance. No pressure, please. No pressure. All right. So hold this position, feet off the floor, feet off the floor. So here's what I don't want to see. You were here, and I said feet off the floor. But I don't want you to have your feet down. And when I say feet off the floor, you go back 9 inches, right? So we're going to try to be in this position, and then from my belly scooping, taking my feet off the mat, okay? Now, for some of us who have back issues, I don't want you rolling on your spine. You would simply just hold this. A ball cannot roll if it's flat. So if you're going to try and roll on your spine, you've got to make yourself round. So I take my chin to my chest, and I push my belly button in this position, and I keep my feet as close to my butt as I can. I roll back just to the base of my shoulder blades, and I rock back up. Okay? Don't think of momentum. Think of someone just tipping you over and bringing yourself back up. So slower is better. You think there's momentum going on here. We're trying not to. Scoop in deeper to come up. Inhale back, butt up. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Don't let those feet go away from your seat. I should look sideways while I'm rolling. I made myself go sideways. Now press those legs out. And then use your ring to sit so tall. Feel like you are up against a wall right now. Feel like your sits bones are lighter on the floor. So some of us are still leaning back. I wish we had a mirror here. But really zip up more, up more. Now pull against your ring more and pull your chest closer towards your ring. More. Now zip up the top of your spine. Okay. Now flex those heels and point those toes. So again, we're stretching through the Achilles tendon in the calf. A lot of stretches today. I go for 3 more. Good. And 2. And 1 more. Good. Now pick up that ring and place one of the pads behind your head. Now when I say behind your head, it's where you would put your hands if I said hands behind your head. We never go onto the neck or the base of the skull. So if you got a ponytail in that higher position, it's probably in the way. All right, so we're going to keep a little pressure into this ring so my neck can be working to stay in alignment. I want you to rotate towards me with this ring behind that head and then bring it back to center. Keep your head against that ring. I'm going to inhale, I twist away from me and exhale. Twist towards me, inhale, we're still sitting tall, and exhale. And inhale, rotate, exhale, center. Inhale, I'm growing taller as I rotate. And last one, I inhale. And I exhale. I want you to bend your right knee. I'm going to keep this ring behind my head to support it. I'm going to lower down. As I lower down, my right knee is going to come into my chest. My left leg is going to reach up to 45. And I'm going to pull on that ring so my shoulders are off the mat. Now I'm going to keep switching my legs. One in, then the other in. And they're going straight in. If this hurts your back, angle the feet towards the ceiling and not the wall in front of you. I'm going to inhale, 2, exhale, 2, inhale, and exhale. You got this. Inhale, 2, exhale. Come on, get those shoulder blades off that mat. Last one, 2 knees in, and you can rest the other pad onto the floor. All right, inhale, nothing. Exhale, nod that shin to your chest. Now both legs are going to press out. And not only going to press out, my toes are going to turn out. I'm going to V with my feet. And I come back in, sides of my feet touching in parallel. Push out, hold that V, and then come back in. I press out. I come in. I'm going to add on, for those of you who want it, I'm going to press out. 3 scissors, 1, 2, 3, connect your heels, come back into parallel. Press out, scissor, 1, 2, 3, heels together, come back in. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, last one, press out, 1, 2, 3, head down, feet down. Elbows out, Float your knees to one side. Ah, you're welcome. Use your core, come back to center, and the knees will follow the other side. Nice stretch. Draw the knees way in. I always start with my knees way in because it gets my lower back to be nice and heavy on that mat. Nod the chin to chest with an exhale. Zip those legs up, heels turned in, toes turned out. The right leg is going to drop to 45, the left leg comes towards the ring, and then I switch. This is called scissors. Tug on that ring to get that chin to your chest and shoulders off the mat. If this is not cool for your neck, put your head down and meet with the ring. Inhale to exhale to inhale and exhale. Where's your back? It should be heavy. Don't strain it because that's how it gets strained. One more set of breath. Inhale and exhale. Remove the ring, head down. Okay, a pad in each hand of the ring. Take your feet through the ring, and the ring is going to be about a quarter of the way down from the ankle. Heels are turned in, toes are turned out. Now, back issues, if your abs are getting tired and you're going to feel it in your lower back, put your hands underneath your butt. So I'm making like a triangle with my thumb and second finger. My legs are going to stay long and strong. I'm going to be pressing against the sides of those pads. If you want, hand over hand behind the head. Inhale for nothing. Exhale, nod that chin to your chest. We're going to lower these legs for 3 counts. Lower, 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 lift. Inhale, 2, 3. Press against the ring. Exhale. Legs like beams of steel, abs of steel. That lower back should be heavy. I should not at any time when you're lowering your legs be able to fit my fingers underneath your back. So if I can do that, you're going too low. 3 more. Inhale, 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 exhale. 2 more. Lower, lower, lower. 1 more. Lower, lower, lower. Lift and hug it in. Woo! All right. Take that off. So now I have it in my hands again. Okay? I'm going to turn one of the pads, put one of the pads behind my head. I'm holding on to the sides. I'm going to draw my knees in. Feel your lower back getting nice and heavy. Inhale, nothing. Exhale, curl it up. Now try to move from the thoracic spine, not through the hips. My hips are going to stay still. I'm going to twist to face me, and the leg I'm going away from is going to reach out. And then I'm going to twist to this side. And then I'm going to twist to this side. And then I'm going to twist. Try to keep your shoulders off the mat. So pushing that ring to pull you up off that mat. Keep your tail long and heavy. And twist. And twist. I go 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that ring. Whew, and breathe. Okay, put the ring down for a second. I want to do a quick little bridge. So arms to your side, knees are bent, and just lift up. Shoulders should go down. Clasp your hands, if you choose to, on your mat underneath your feet, and just reach those knuckles towards your heels. Feel that nice release in the shoulders. I'm opening up my chest a little bit more. Keep firing your glutes, your hamstrings, the quads to hold you up. Now sweep the arms behind you. They're resting on the floor. Keep them there, knuckles to the floor. Inhale, nothing. Exhale, start to lower your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. So you're gonna work over those sticky points where it just doesn't want to lay on the mat. So maybe you pause and breathe a little deeper, but try your best to keep each vertebrae down. Sweep the arms around and hug those knees in. Nicely done. Rock yourself up and grab onto your rings for spine stretch. So we're sitting up tall and the ring is right in front of us, 1 arm's length away. The heel of my hands rest on the pad. So I kind of have my hands crossed over, okay? If you cannot sit tall with your legs straight, bend your knees, roll up your mat and sit on it. If you have a ball with you, sit on top of your ball. All right, so my shoulders are gonna be down. The crown of my head is lifting up. So I want you to feel this in your spine, okay? Nice and length, right? All right, so my arms are parallel to the floor. We're gonna inhale nice and tall. On an exhale, I start with my head off the wall, then my shoulders come off the wall. My ring is slanting forward. I'm rounding my spine, but I'm also scooping my belly in. Now I'm gonna lift back up from my core, not my back. Feel your belly muscles lifting you up. Exhale, look into your belly button. The belly button pushes back. Shoulders are still connected to the rib cage. Inhale, pinch your sit bones a little bit. That will keep your lower back safe. And then I exhale, look to your belly button. Where's that belly button? I know you got one. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, up. Exhale, keep those toes up to the ceiling. Keep those feet flexed. Now stay here and just give a little gentle press into the ring and then release. And I feel those armpit muscles firing. My core is firing. And I go for 4 and 3. They're just tiny little presses. I feel the back of my legs getting closer to the mat. And I inhale up. And on this exhale, I'm going to round back just a little bit. The ring is going to now tilt towards me. Yep. And I'm going to bring myself up tall and do the same thing. Round back. I inhale up and I round back. Now come back 1 more inch. Come back 1 more inch. Grab onto your ring. Hold it out there parallel. Slide the heels together, toes turned out. Yes. Twist towards me. Pause. Now squeeze your ring. 5, 4. When you squeeze that ring, your belly's pulling in. Back to center. Twist away from me. You better be scooping deep. Look at that ring. Now press. 5, 4. That belly's pressing in. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Twist to me. And press. 5. If this hurts your back, you should be here. Okay? Twist. Other side. And we go for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Back to center and lay all the way down. Okay. So we're going to take the ring between the ankles. The legs are come straight up to 90. I'm going to take my hands underneath my seat. So I make like a triangle or a football tee with my thumb and second finger, right? And I just plant my seat right in the middle. All right, so keep tension on that ring. We're going to do a corkscrew. We're going to make big circles. We're going to keep alternating the direction we start. So come towards me, towards the front of the room. I'm going to circle down, around. I squeeze, coming up. I'll go away from me. Inhale, press the ring on the exhale. Go towards me. Inhale. How low should you go? Well, your pelvis and back shouldn't shift. And keep switching. Inhale. So what I'm saying is if you go too low, you're going to pop the ribs, your back is going to leave, your pelvis is going to move. Nothing can move while we're circling. Inhale. Press the ring. Exhale. 1 more in each direction. Inhale, come around, exhale. Scoop deeper that belly button towards your spine. Good, and hug those knees in. Woo! Nicely done. All right, rock yourself up. Take those legs wide, set your ring towards the edge of your mat, and press the sides of your feet into the ring, and your feet should still be flexed. And again, if you can't sit tall, I want you to soften your knees or roll your mat and sit on top. But sitting like this is not going to do you any good. Okay? Take the arms out like a T. Fingers are reaching long and fingers are all together. Rotate towards me so I can see your face. Now I'm going to reach forward, soft my baby toe. Look at my back hand. My back hand is facing me. From your core, pull yourself up, rotate, other side. Look at your back hand as you reach forward to soft that baby toe. Inhale up. Shoulders are heavy. Exhale. That back tail should be heavy. Inhale up. Exhale. So make sure on the inhale, you're not bringing those shoulders up with you. The breath is inhaling. Don't do this, right? Exhale. You got one more to go. Shoulders are heavy. Spine is long. Exhale. Inhale up and lower the arms on the exhale. Reach those arms parallel to the floor, palms turned in. Inhale, do nothing. Exhale, press into your ring a little bit more and come back in that C curve again. All I want you to do is press the pads, just gently press into the pads. Press into the pads. The belly should be scooping, the shoulders should be melting, and I'm squeezing my inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, 1, and sit back up. Just one set of those. Okay. So where your ring just was, I want you to lay facing that ring. All right. Rings are optional. Anything we do with it can be done without it. So I'm going to reach that ring out in front of me. And this time, I'm going to have my hands on the top pad. If that's too much for your shoulders or your back, don't use the ring. Bend your elbows and place your hands right by your armpit, okay? All right, so I'm looking down at my mat. My legs are apart. My belly button's pulling in. I'm going to gently press into the pad to lift up. So my ring is like a small oval. I'm not touching pad to pad. And then release the ring as you come back down. Try that again. Inhale, glide those shoulders down your back. Squeeze your booty. Now on the exhale, the ring is going back to a circle and the belly is pulling away from the mat. And I inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Now let's try a different variation. You don't have to. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to take my left hand off the pad, reach it back. I'm going to follow it, put it back on the ring, lower back down. I lift up. My right hand's going to lift off that pad. I'm going to pull back towards my hip, bring it back to center, and release. Lift up, pull it back, bring it forward, and release. And one more. Lift up, right arm comes up, pull it back, bring it back home, and release the ring, and stretch back into child's pose. Scoop the belly and round the back. Check in with your neck. Your neck should not feel strained. Your lower back should not feel strained. Come into a forearm plank. Grab onto the ring. I'm going to press my hands into the pads of the ring. I'm on my forearms. My shoulders are over my elbows. Modified planks. People who have back issues, shoulder issues, I walk my knees back. I keep my knees on the mat, but look where my hips are. They're closer to my mat. Here I feel my core engaged, okay? If I keep my booty high up in the air, it's not going to be as effective. Harder, straighten the legs, get your knees off the mat, tuck your tail, pull the belly in, hide those shoulder blades. No pressure on that neck. Push off your mat. Lower that bum a little bit more. A little bit more. You guys feel like I'm staring at you? I don't want to call you by name. And we hold for 4 and 3 and 2. Lower your thighs to your hips. Flatten your feet. So I want your hips pressing into the mat, but your belly button is off the mat. So I'm lifting up my chest. Shoulders are pressed down, legs are together. Keeping your hips and pelvis still. Take your right foot, kick your bum 2 times. 1, 2, switch. I should be looking towards the top of the ring. If I look towards the top of my mat, I might hyperextend my neck. My neck needs to stay an extension of my spine. Kick, kick. Is the pelvis staying on that mat? And the hips? And bend, bend. One more. Bend, bend, and release. Take the ring off to the side. Make a pillow with your hands. So hand over hand. Rest your forehead on your top hand. I'm going to keep my belly button pulling in. I'm going to lift my left leg. My hip is going to stay on the ground. I'm going to hold it, 2, 3, and release. Other leg, lift and hold, 2, 3, and release. And lift. So as one leg is going up, the other side is pushing down. Switch, just for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Hips are still on the mat. Lift 1, fire the glutes, pull the belly button in. And 1, 2, 3. Good. And 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Now keep your left hand on the mat. Bend your right knee. Take your right hand back and see if you can grab onto that foot. If not, use your ring to do this. Now I'm going to push my foot into my hand so I feel that stretch in the front of my upper thigh, the quad. I'll push off my front arm, hover my head and chest, and feel like I'm trying to lift this leg off the mat. You feel a bigger stretch? Hold that. Don't forget to breathe and release. Let's take our right hand on the mat. Rest your forehead on your right hand. Bend your left knee and take that hand back, grab onto that foot. Now this does not mean because I'm pulling on my one side that my other side is cockeyed. I want your hips still resting on the mat equally. I'm going to push that foot into my hand to create more of a stretch. And if you want more of a stretch, I'm going to push off that front arm and almost feel like my quad is lifting off the mat. But you want to feel that stretch. Now put the head and chest back down. Keep your foot there. Take that other foot behind you and grab on. Now take your legs a little bit wider. And I'm going to press my arms straighter. I'm going to lift up my chest. Lift up the quads. Hold that stretch. And release. Oh, not done. I can't be that predictable. I'm going to do it again. Push your feet into your hands. Start to lift up the chest. Try to lift up the thighs. Bring it back down. You want to go for one more? Sure. Okay, someone said it. And lift up. Press the feet into your hands. Shoulders are back, chest is open, and release. Now let go and stretch back into child's pose. Scoop the belly and round the back. That was a quad stretch. Woo, that felt good. Okay, back onto your seat. Grab onto your ring. I want you to take your feet through the ring. Isn't this ring fun, by the way? It is. People always see me carrying these like, wow, what is that? Come on to class, I'll show you. All right, lay down. We're in a bent knee position. I'm putting pressure against the pads just gently. And I want you to tuck your pelvis. So I'm going to pull my pelvis towards my navel and peel myself up. And my belly is scooping in deep. Now, what happens if your hamstring cramps? Well, it could be a lot of reasons. Maybe you aren't pushing off enough with your glutes. And then come back down. Maybe you didn't have enough water. It could be a bunch of things. But we try to minimize that hamstring cramp. So we're going to really make sure we're pressing through both sides of the feet equally. We're squeezing the glutes, the back of the body, pressing down the shoulders, the back of the arm. Squeeze your booty, and then exhale, come back down. Now I'm going to add these little kickouts. You don't have to do that if it's not cool for you. I'm going to bridge up. I'm going to hold this bridge, so let go of that breath. Keeping resistance on those pads, I'm going to kick my right leg out. And then my left leg, boom. Let's land a little easier. And tap, and kick. The pelvis needs to stay still. One more each leg. Last one. And then bring it down. 5, 4, 3, slide that ring up. And we need a little stretch after that one. I don't even have trouble doing bridges. Hamstrings are stretching. Flex and point the toes if you want to hit more calves. Just try and relax while you stretch. It does make a difference. Soften your knees and then press back up. And then soften your knees and press back up. Everything coming back to life again? Belly goes deep. 2 more. And press. Belly goes deeper. And 1 more. Yes. And then rock ourselves up. Okay. Let's come on to our side. And we're going to use our ring. So we're going to line ourselves up with the back of our mat. Your head should match mine, so you're going to mirror me. From the back edge of my mat, so I know my body's in a straight line. Yep. And you're going to prop your head up, or you can lay all the way down, but your head must be supported. I'm going to take my feet towards the top edge of the mat. My ring is going to be out in front of my shoulder. It can't be way here because when I go to kick forward, I'm going to kick into my ring. So I need to have it out here. The heel of my hand is on. My fingers are reaching long. I've got hip over hip. And my bottom rib cage is light on the mat. Lift the top leg, hip height, flex your foot. Now my bottom leg right now should be pressing into my mat. We're going to swing forward, give a push, swing back. Now I want the ring to press down as you kick forward. Why? The belly is bringing my leg forward. I exhale. I inhale, coming back. So it's a big and then a push. A big swing and then a push. Keep the core engaged and the glutes. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale. 1 more. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale. Stack the legs. Release the breath. Take your top kneecap towards the ceiling. I'm going to lift up, and I press into the ring as I lower and exhale. Heel on top of heel. Lift up. Now reach, resist, resist. Good. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, exhale, reach. Longer, longer. 1 more. Lift up and reach and reach and reach. Take the ring on the mat. Okay. Take the bottom leg through it. We're going to have that ring in the center. Okay, it's going to be in the center now. Then I lie down and I place my other leg on top. My free hand is right by my torso, and my arm is touching that torso to make sure it's not rocking. Okay? And all I want you to do is press into the ring with your top leg and release. Now the rings can go far if you press hard enough. I don't need them to go far. I don't need them to go more than 1 inch, maybe 2 at the most. And I can engage a lot of muscles here, my inner thighs, my glutes, and my core. And I go for 3, and 2, and 1. Now hover the leg off the pad. Now sweep the leg to the front edge of your mat, sweep to the back edge without moving your hip. And you don't have to touch the floor. I want you to use your core to move these legs up and down. Belly's lifting and lowering. And touch, and touch, and 2, and 2, and 1, and 1. Back on top. Now draw that knee towards you, and then push it through the ring up against the pad. Lay on that bottom arm. I'm going to push down through my free hand and lift my legs up and then down. Got to make sure that your shoulder is connected to your back. There you go. Good. And 3, long legs. And 2, and 1. Now bring it up, circle, forward, around, pause. They're tiny. You can't go real low. You'll lose your ring. You'll bang into it. Let's reverse it. Here I go. Squeeze your bum. And 1, and 2, and 3. Got 3 more. And 4. Good job. 5, and 6. Bend those knees. Grab onto your ring. Sit up. Okay, other side. That was fun. All right, so we go to the very back of our mat. Time check. Woo-hoo. All right. I always say if time goes by fast, you're having fun. All right, prop your head up or lay on your arm. Reach the ring out. Okay? And slide your feet towards the top edge of your mat. Make sure your hips are stacked and the bottom rib cage is nice and light. Take the top leg, hip height, that's it. Heel of the hand on. Remember, the heel of the hand's our press point. Kick forward, give a push, and then reach back, give a push. Press the ring and release, pressing back. Exhale forward, inhale back. When I press on my ring, my belly goes in deeper, and I reach, open that hip up. Exhale. Remember, there's two kinds of kicks here. There's a big and then a little push. You got one more. Now stack the legs, top kneecap, rotates the ceiling, lift up. Now press into your ring, reach that leg longer. Push that bottom leg down and slide a penny along that wall. Inhale to exhale. The exhale when you press into your ring, that's when my belly's working. And one more. And I come up and I place my ring by my feet in the center of my mat. I take my bottom leg through the bottom pad, so it's resting on that pad. Oops. Bottom leg, Judy. Bottom leg. All right, it's in a straight line here, and I'm laying on my arm. Now I'm going to press that ring down and up and down and up. Now, you have a choice here. If you don't like to lay like this, you can still prop up. But when we do the two legs in, we should have our head down. That's my preference. Press. Inner thighs, butt, and belly. And the ring shouldn't go more than a couple inches. It's okay if they clip. 3. Both legs are straight. Now take your top foot off that pad. Now I'm going to circle and tap the front of my mat over the ring behind. Without my hips moving, without my pelvis moving, you got to be working these muscles to keep your body still. Melt that shoulder down and tap. Lift the outer thigh, glute, and core. Yes, these are fun. And 2, and 2, and 1, and 1. Back on top. Bring that knee towards you. And now straighten it underneath that top pad. Now I'm going to lay all the way down. This free hand pushes into the mat. Lift your legs up and down. Melt that shoulder. 2. Keep that bottom rib cage nice and light. How about those glutes? How about them, huh? And we go 4 and 3. Good. 2. Now roll this one up. I'm so mean here. Circle round to come up. Round to come up. 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Can't go too low. You bang that pad on the mat. It will knock it out of place. 5. Oh, no, it's 4. 3. Whoops. 2, 1. Grab the ring. Take it off. And let's sit up. Woo. Okay. Last class. I think we did teaser. I remember those things, you know. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest you start with your knees bent and the ring in your hands. If you know you can't come back up laying all the way down, maybe only go this far and then come back up. I mean, you can try to go all the way down, but if you come down like this and you come up like this, I can't get you stronger. So if you have the right form, go all the way down and up. If you are going to have to use momentum, I would say only go as far as you know you can come back up, okay? So that's beginner. Maybe do a back issue, okay? Next level, I'm going to put my toes in the pads, and I'm going to take my legs right here, okay? Yeah. So you're either gonna go down with your feet on the floor, or you're gonna stay like this. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my right foot, and I'm gonna go down for 2, tap the ring. Do that same leg again. Down for 2, up for 2. Or you're gonna go down, 2, 3, 4, and up with your feet on the floor, right? Use your core to lift. Put that foot back in. Zip up that spine. Shoulders melted. Now my other foot is gonna lower and lift. Lower and lift. Legs are straight. 3, 2, and 1. Now beginners that did this, and maybe they're rethinking it, everybody put their ring into their hands. Beginners put their feet down, knees bent. We're gonna lower, down, zip up. This is not for a beginner. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more. Exhale down. Inhale up. All the way down and hug those knees in. Woo! Gently rock side to side again. If your neck feels cranky, shake that head no. Go side to side with that head. Good job. Rock yourself up. All right. Bring down for a second. I want you to come into a quadruped position, hands and knees. Hang tight. I want you to lengthen the right leg in the air, parallel to your mat, and take the left arm out. And see if you can hold this balance. So I'm drawing my navel in, I'm firing my glutes, I'm squeezing my armpits. Now I'm going to take my left elbow towards that right knee. And then lengthen. I'm going to exhale as I come in. Inhale, lengthen. Hips should be staying in a straight line. And I go for 3. Exhale in. And 1. And then release. And then my opposite leg is going to reach long and parallel to the floor. The opposite arm reaches out in front. Hold that balance here. Pull that belly in. Squeeze into your central line. Then I'm going to take that elbow, draw the knee in. Inhale out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Resist. Feel like I'm trying to push that leg out as you're coming in. Last one. Now, put the hand down. Keep that leg straight. Flex your foot. Put it on the mat. I'm positioning myself to get ready to do a plank. If you need a modified plank, 2 knees on, but walk them away from the hands. Take the other leg off. Here I am. Yep, we're going to hold this. So you can hold this plank. You can go to your forearms. I'm going to take my left knee and aim it through the right side. Swing it back center. Swing it back out. Bring it back to center. Swing it out. Center. One more. Out. Put that foot down. Other knee is going to come through the other side. Back to center. Twist. Back to center. Maintain that plank. One more. Lower that knee. Other knee comes down. Stretch back. Take the arms behind you and curl the fingertips to the wrist. Release those wrists. Okay, you're going to come to a high kneel. If this is a hardship to your knees, you can do it seated, right? So I'll see that you need a modification and I'll show you what to do. Okay? Take the ring and mirror where I have mine. You're almost there. Ah, good morning. Okay, heel the hand on, other arm straight up. Side stretch. Like that. Just a little pressure, tiny bit of pressure. Come back up. Inhale. To exhale. One more. Inhale. to exhale. Switch sides. So right now, feel like you're pushing your hips forward. So I don't want to be here. I want to be here. Okay? So I should feel everything back here holding me up. Okay, other arm comes up. Heel my hand on, fingers reach long. Just a gentle press. And I come back up. Think of growing taller as you side stretch. Inhale, take your time, take your time. And last one. Inhale and exhale. See if your knees allow you to sit back on your heels. This is stretching the front of my feet, the front of my ankles. You might feel a little stretch in your quads and in your knees, and that's okay. All right, sit on your seat. We're going to finish with a cross-legged position here. If it doesn't feel good to your knees, get where it feels good. Yep. And I just want you to walk your hands out. Just walk those hands out. Let the head be heavy. Make sure you thank your body for the hard work it just did. And then walk your hands back up. Then I want you to take a nice big inhale up. Let the rib cage open at the spine, lengthen, exhale down, but keep that length in your spine. Don't just go. You want to keep the rib cage lifted up off those hips. You want the back of the head against the wall. And last one, we'll inhale, bring the hands together. Exhale, bring it back down. And you have made it. Woo! Do you not feel better?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, that's what it's all about. Questions, comments, complaints? Bring them to me.